Have you ever wondered what would happen if you could master 200 English phrases that native speakers use every single day? Imagine entering a room full of strangers and confidently starting a conversation, knowing exactly what to say and how to say it. In today's session, something remarkable is about to unfold. You're not just going to listen, you'll speak, connect, and discover how natural English can truly feel. But there's a secret to unlocking real fluency, and it begins right here, right now. Ready to find out what it is? Let's take the first step together. So, what is the first step to unlocking the power of natural English conversation? It begins, quite simply, with greetings and introductions. These are the foundation of every connection, every friendship, and every opportunity to practice your English in the real world. Think about it. Every time you meet someone new, what do you say? Hello may seem small, but it's actually the key that opens the door to deeper conversation. Let's start with the classic, "Hello, how are you?" This phrase is more than a greeting. It's an invitation to connect. It's familiar, safe, and understood in almost every English-speaking situation. When said with warmth and genuine curiosity, it can make someone feel seen and welcomed. But there's more. If you want to sound a bit more casual and natural, especially with colleagues or acquaintances, you can say, "Hi there, how's your day going?" This version not only shows friendliness, but also encourages the other person to share more than just, "I'm fine." Time of day also matters. Using phrases like "good morning," "good afternoon," or "good evening" makes you sound polite and aware of the context. Imagine walking into a meeting or greeting a neighbor. You'll instantly seem more considerate just by choosing the right time-based greeting. But what happens when you're meeting someone for the very first time? That's where "nice to meet you" comes in. It's polite, simple, and leaves a good impression. Want to sound even more professional or respectful? Try saying "it's a pleasure to meet you." This small shift can make a big difference in formal settings like job interviews, business introductions, or academic environments. Now let's flip the conversation. When you want to know someone's name, ask, "What's your name?" Direct and clear. After they answer, introduce yourself confidently. "My name is." This exchange sets the tone for further connection. Don't forget to smile and maintain eye contact. Your body language says just as much as your words. To take the conversation a step further, ask, "Where are you from?" This simple question opens up space to talk about culture, background, and shared experiences. It's a gateway to deeper dialogue. You can respond with, "I'm from," and proudly share your hometown or country. These greetings and introductions may seem basic, but they form the first bricks in the house of your English fluency. Use them often, practice them out loud, say them with real feeling. Because the more naturally these phrases come to you, the more confidently you'll step into every English conversation you encounter. And remember, this is just the beginning. Once you've confidently greeted someone and introduced yourself, the next natural step in any conversation is to keep it flowing, and that's where small talk becomes your greatest tool. While greetings open the door, small talk invites people in. It fills the silence, builds connection, and creates comfort between speakers. And the best part, it doesn't have to be complicated. It's about using simple, everyday phrases to keep the conversation alive and friendly. A classic way to begin is by talking about something everyone can relate to: the weather. Asking, "How's the weather today?" is light, neutral, and universally understood. It may seem trivial, but it works. If the weather is nice, you can say, "It's a beautiful day, isn't it?" That small phrase carries warmth and invites agreement. If it looks like rain, say, "It looks like it's going to rain." You've just created a shared observation, which leads naturally into more personal topics. From there, the conversation often shifts to daily life and routines. A friendly and respectful way to ask someone about their work is, "So, what do you do?" This simple question shows interest in the other person's life without being intrusive. Once they answer, you can continue with, "Do you enjoy your work?" This adds emotional depth and shows genuine curiosity. If you're answering the question yourself, keep it honest and conversational. I'm a teacher or I'm a student, followed by something like, yes, I really like it, or even, not really, but it pays the bills. If you want to add a bit of humor. Talking about plans and free time also keeps things relaxed and engaging, asking, are you busy tomorrow? Or what are your plans for the weekend? Are friendly ways to show interest. If you don't have major plans, saying, just relaxing at home, or I'm going to visit my family, keeps it simple and real. And when someone shares their plans with you, a warm response like, that sounds fun, or that sounds interesting, keeps the tone positive and inviting. And of course, you can always ask about hobbies. A simple, do you have any hobbies? Can open the door to meaningful discussion about interests beyond work and responsibilities. You might respond with, I enjoy painting, I enjoy reading, or I like hiking. These details help others get to know you while giving the conversation more energy and direction. Mastering small talk is less about the words themselves and more about how you say them, with openness, curiosity, and a willingness to connect. It's the bridge between strangers and friends, between silence and shared experience. And once you're comfortable with small talk, you'll find that conversations become smoother, deeper, and far more enjoyable. Are you ready to take it further? Let's explore the power of expressing politeness and emotion in English next. Once you've become comfortable with greetings and small talk, it's time to take your conversations to a more meaningful level. That means learning to express politeness, gratitude, and emotion, skills that go far beyond vocabulary. These expressions build trust, connection, and emotional intelligence, helping you not only speak English, but also communicate with heart. Let's start with one of the most powerful words in any language: thank you. It's simple, universal, and essential. When someone does something kind or helpful, respond with thank you very much to show genuine appreciation. Want to go a step further? Say, I really appreciate it. This phrase adds sincerity and depth, making the person feel truly valued. But what happens after someone thanks you? That's your moment to respond politely with, you're welcome. It's the standard and widely accepted answer. In casual settings, you can also say, no problem or my pleasure, especially when you genuinely enjoyed helping. These responses make you sound kind, approachable, and thoughtful. Politeness also means knowing how to apologize gracefully. Whether you made a mistake or need to interrupt, the phrase, excuse me, is your best friend. Use it when you're trying to get someone's attention or move past them in a crowd. For something more serious, say, I'm sorry, or in formal situations, I apologize for, followed by the issue. Taking responsibility by saying, it's my fault, shows maturity and respect. But communication isn't just about saying sorry or thank you, it's about understanding and expressing emotions. Being able to say how you feel helps others connect with you more deeply. Start with basics like, I'm happy, I'm sad, or I'm tired. These may be simple words, but they open the door to real conversations. If you're feeling anxious or excited, use phrases like, I'm nervous, I'm frustrated, or I'm excited. To ask someone else about their emotional state, use how are you feeling or are you okay? These expressions show care and can strengthen your relationships. You'll also want to learn responses like, I'm doing well, or I'm not feeling so great today. These responses aren't just answers, they're windows into how people truly are. When conversations involve emotions, being supportive is just as important as being fluent. Use encouraging phrases like, you're doing great, keep up the good work, don't give up, and you'll get there. These small but powerful sentences can brighten someone's day and help you come across as both fluent and compassionate. In short, expressing politeness and emotions makes your English feel authentic. It transforms your speech from robotic to relatable. It helps you sound not just fluent, but human. Now that you've learned how to build warmth and trust, let's move on to something even more practical: asking for and giving information in daily life. Once you've learned how to express politeness and emotions in conversation, the next step is gaining the confidence to ask for and provide information in real-life situations. Whether you're traveling, shopping, eating out, or simply navigating daily routines, knowing how to ask the right questions and respond clearly is essential for practical communication. Let's start with asking for information politely. Instead of jumping straight to a question, English speakers often begin with a softening phrase like, "Could you tell me?" or "Do you know?" For example, "Could you tell me where the nearest station is?" "Do you know what time the store closes?" These structures make your request sound respectful and more likely to receive a helpful response. When asking for directions, phrases like "where is" or "how do I get to" are very useful. Imagine you're in a new city. You can ask, "Excuse me, where is the library?" or "How do I get to the airport from here?" Practice saying these out loud. They're common and important for travel and city life. Equally important is understanding how to give directions. Simple phrases like "go straight," "turn left," "turn right," "it's on your right," help others navigate easily. You can also mention distance. "It's about 10 minutes from here." This makes your directions clearer and more helpful. Asking about time and schedules is another essential skill. You'll often hear, "What time is it? When does the movie start?" To respond, say, "It starts at 7 p.m. or "It's 8:30. Clear, accurate time expressions are important in both casual and formal situations. In shops or restaurants, asking and offering help is part of daily life. You might say, "Can I help you?" or "How can I help you?" To express what you're looking for, say, "I'm looking for a blue jacket. Do you have this in a different size?" And when you decide to purchase something, say, "I'll take it. Can I try this on?" At restaurants, you'll need phrases like, "Can I see the menu?" "I'd like to order. Can I get the bill, please?" And don't forget the classic, "Thank you, everything was delicious." A small phrase like that can make someone's day. Learning these expressions empowers you to handle a variety of real-world situations with confidence and ease. They transform your English from classroom theory into everyday action. And with consistent practice, they become second nature. Now that you know how to manage practical communication, let's explore how to share your opinions, preferences, and personal stories. The final step in making your conversations rich, natural, and engaging. After you've mastered how to ask for and give information in everyday situations, you're ready for one of the most rewarding parts of English communication, sharing your thoughts, preferences, and personal experiences. This is where your English becomes truly authentic and expressive, allowing you to connect with others on a deeper level, not just through facts, but through personality. Let's begin with something simple yet powerful, stating your opinion. To express what you think, you can use the phrase "I think" followed by your thought. For example, "I think learning English online is very convenient." If you want to sound more formal or thoughtful, try "in my opinion." In my opinion, practicing every day really helps. These expressions show confidence and help you participate in conversations, discussions, or even debates. When you agree with someone, the best response is "I agree." But if you have a different view, don't worry, you can say, "I don't agree," or use a softer approach like, "I see your point," but which keeps the conversation respectful while still sharing your perspective. Now, let's talk about preferences. Use "I like" or "I don't like" to express your interests. For example, "I like listening to jazz music. I don't like waking up early." To be more specific, say "my favorite," as in "my favorite season is autumn." And when choosing between two things, use "I prefer A to B," "I prefer reading to watching TV." If you want to know more about someone else, asking "What kind of music do you like?" or "Do you have any hobbies?" is a great way to explore their personality. To answer, you can say, "I enjoy photography," or "I'm interested in learning languages." Sometimes you might not like something, and that's okay too. A polite way to say it is, "I'm not really into." For example, "I'm not really into horror movies." It sounds casual and less harsh than simply saying, "I don't like." Now, when making suggestions or plans, phrases like "how about," "what about," or "let's" are incredibly helpful. For instance, "How about getting coffee?" or "Let's go for a walk." These are common ways friends make plans. You can agree with "sounds good" or "that's a great idea," or politely decline with "maybe another time." To wrap up a conversation naturally, phrases like "it was nice talking to you," take care, or catch you later, keep your tone friendly and sincere. If you plan to reconnect, you can say, I'll be in touch, or don't be a stranger. By sharing opinions, preferences, and stories, you move beyond basic communication and start building real relationships in English. It's no longer just about learning the language, it's about living it. And remember, every phrase you learn, every sentence you speak, brings you one step closer to fluency. So keep going. Your English journey is just getting started.